Hello, let's make connections. What do we have today? What do we have today? Pamplemousse. That's a great word. French word for grapefruit. Wonder what that's about. Honeycomb is also a food, sort of. Oh, although cornichon and vinaigrette are both also French words. That could be. So cornichon, the little sort of cocktail gherkins, pickled cocktail gherkins, and then vinaigrette is, a sort of oil and vinegar based dressing. Is tinsel a French word? I don't know. Maybe at root. Oh, pain for bread rather than pain. That's a good bit of misdirection there. You read that and it looks like pain in English, but in this context, I think it's probably pain for bread in French. So these are French. Well, they're specifically kind of French culinary words. They're food related words in French. I think that's probably a category. Curious about honeycomb because that's not part of this. Honeycomb is are solar panels sometimes in kind of hexagonal honeycomb shape? Could that be related to this? I don't know, but I see a different thing, which is you could Photoshop something, you could sort of touch it up. You could Photoshop, a photograph, for instance, or touch it up. Photoshop is obviously the name of a piece of software, but it's also used as a verb in that way. Airbrush, you could airbrush someone's picture. Fix, yeah, okay, oops. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Fix, touch up, Photoshop, airbrush. Are there any more of these? Doesn't really look like it. Angel is interesting. I wonder what that's about. Angel and candy cane, could those be? Oh, and tinsel? Yeah, these are Christmas tree decorations, right? String lights. There we go. Yeah. Fairy lights, or what else would you call these? Just Christmas lights, maybe? I don't know. String lights, tinsel, angel, candy cane. Okay, so what do we should only have one category left. It is honeycomb and solar panel, actually. Honeycomb, solar panel, organism, we've not used. Spreadsheet, we've not used. That must be it, because that's 4. Oh, these are things with cells? Like a spreadsheet has cells, an organism has cells. Do you call on a solar panel, do you call yeah, solar cells. Yeah, no, you would say that. And then honeycomb, I guess what I was thinking of, those little hexagonal bits, I guess are cells as well. That makes sense. Okay, well, what do I think is purple then? This one, maybe? It's either this or the French one. The only reason I don't immediately think it's the French one is because honestly, this doesn't seem as difficult, and it's not word manipulation or anything. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up to me, but I think those two are almost certainly going to be purple and blue because I think they're sort of the most. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. They seem the least straightforward, perhaps. Oh, we'll try it. It's already selected. That was that. Okay, good. I'm fairly confident this will be blue then. Pain, pamplemousse, vinaigrette, and what was it? Cornichon. There we go. French food words. Great. Okay, now it's maybe a toss-up between these other two as well. Maybe string lights, because again, it's not a they're not synonyms. I know that isn't always actually a guide, but given how often arbitrary I find the distinction between yellow and green, it's kind of the only thing I have to go on. String lights, tinsel, angel, and candy cane. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if this is right, but we'll find out. Oh, it wasn't. No, that was wrong. Okay. What you might see in a Christmas tree. That was, in fact, yellow, and so here, this will be green. There we go. Clean up as a photograph. All right. Well, that went, I think, pretty smoothly. Let's check the bot and see how everyone else did on this one. Yeah, fairly straightforward. I would agree. Okay, so 3 extra points for purple and blue. And clean up as a foot. What did I see first? Was it the French? I think it might have been the French food words. I think it was that. and then clean up as a photograph, and then what you might see on a Christmas tree, and then things with cells. So it's kind of a different, relatively different order to what's implied here. All right, look, these all come from just two categories. Oops. French delicacies: honeycomb, pamplemousse, vinaigrette, Cornish. Yeah. So I did think that one was going to be purple or blue, because I did think it was going to be not as straightforward for some people, and it makes sense to me that pain/pain was the one that tripped people up here, because it just reads so much like an ordinary English word, because it obviously also is one. Cells, honeycomb, pamplemousse, solar panel, spreadsheet. Oh yeah, I could see that. Grapefruit, other citrus fruit have those little juicy cells. That makes sense to me. French loanwords, organism is in there. Yeah, cell. It's all, look at that. It's all French words and cells and things. And then here's one that's half and half compound words. Yeah, it just ends up being more of those. Okay, so it's interesting to see how concentrated the mistakes today were around those two categories. Those were the connections. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.